Let's talk about lasers. Welcome to Today I Work On, and today I'm going to go over these two lasers I have here. On my right, I have my old SO1, which is the 760 from last year's model, CIGMAN laser. Now, this laser has two beams, 1, 2, and it's very analog. There's not much going on here. I think I bought it last year for like $100-something bucks, and it's been my go-to laser on this build with all the finish work. I have a ton of Bosch lasers and I take this one out every single time. I think CIGMAN might have seen me use this laser because 6 months ago, they're like, "Today I work on, can you do a review on a CIGMAN laser?" I'm like, well, no, because I never do these things. 6 months, every week they're emailing me, which I get all the time. Anyway, I was like, after 6 months of using this laser and loving it, I was like, send me a laser CIGMAN. So in 3 days, they sent me this SO4 model, which is right here. Now the SO4 model, I'm going to give you some quick takes right off the bat. This is not analog. It has a whole digital screen right there, if you can see it. Oh wait, let's not go in the camera. And it really is nice because it shows angles, and you can lock it and you can see exactly what you want to do with the laser. Also, it shows like which laser's on at any given time. And the other big difference with this laser is how big it is. Look at the difference in size. This thing is hefty. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you like how I feel about it because I have used these both already quite a bit before I wanted to do this video. So I have everything I need to tell you in my head. This laser has a external battery right here. It comes with 2 batteries in this case. The SO1, aka 760 from last year, does not have an external battery. So you just plug it in and then it charges. Also, you have to charge the external battery in the actual laser itself. There's no like charging pod that comes with this laser. Also, let's look at the boxes. So this is the box that the SO4 came in. Look how nice and beefy it is. It's a way nicer box than the old 760. The SO1 is just like a blue box that says CIGMAN. And there's a few more things in the box here. Let's take a look and see what we got going on. So we have, both of them come with remotes. So this is the SO4 remote. We'll go over each box at a time. And these are just all clamps, like things to clamp the laser to. So this, oh wow, look at that. Yeah, so that's like a little lift for the laser. I actually like that a lot. The SO1 does not have that. It has another cap for something. I'm not sure what that's for. We can read that in directions. And it has a bunch of other, like it has like a leveling plate that you can put on. That's pretty common, that's pretty standard. It does come with a USB-C to USB-A cable for the connection. And then we got another plate so you can put it on the wall. The extra battery, a lanyard just in case you don't want it to fall, so you hook it up to whatever you're putting in. That makes a lot of sense. And this monster of another magnet hold, so anything metal you can click it on and then you can put the laser on right here. So for 200 bucks, you're getting a lot of laser here. I have just been using my CIGMAN compared to my Bosch lasers. Let's look at the SO1 box, aka the 760. So what do we got? We don't have much. We got, this is the same. It's the laser to hit so you can see it. We have another mounting bracket, but it's way tinier because tinier laser. I've never really used any of these things because, you know, I guess you use it if you want. This is, I guess, another level, but it's not as cool as the one that has the lift on it. It has like little legs that you spin and it gets bigger, which is fine. And then what else do we have? We have another remote, so you can see lanyard too, I guess, so you don't lose it. You can like click on it if you're far away. I don't see me ever using that. So, you know, everyone uses it for different applications. I mostly use it for finish work, for like kitchen cabinets and tile work. So, you know, if you're looking for like a longer range situation, maybe like a drop ceiling or something, like those accessories, will definitely come in handy. What I'm going to get into next is like how they charge. I'll show you how they charge, how long they take, and then I'll go over some real life examples of using the laser. Next up, let's just plug each one in. So let's plug the new SO4 in first. Let's see what we got going on here. So that's also a good thing. If you run out of battery power, you don't have an issue of losing it. I wonder, this one I don't think does it. Let me see if the 720 also does it. But this is an internal power, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so that is very nice. That's another nice feature compared to the SO1. Huh, I like that. All right, let's plug this battery, push this battery back in. So there's the same button here, the on, off. It's like lock, unlock, on, off. And if I push the power button on, it turns on, but look, it locks. So like you could set like your angle so you don't have to go to level. That's actually really cool too. So I guess we'll get into all of that in a second, but let me shut it off again. And then let's plug it in. Let's plug both of them and let them fully charge, and then we'll see how long they both last. So that's the one. It's just gonna show, it shows charging. And then two, it shows charging. All right, let it charge. I have actually used both of these lasers quite a bit in the past week, and I'm gonna get over what I have found that I like more about the 760 than what I like about the SO4. So the first thing I don't love about this SO4 is it's ginormous. Like, I love it in the fact that it's a beefy laser beam and it's pretty accurate, but it's so large. So let's put it down and I want to show you. Look at the difference. I've been whipping out, like I just needed some lines downstairs in the basement, and I went to the 760 instead. That's why it was out. Now, also what's a little funky with the SO4s, I'm going to show you right now. If you could look, on this side is the 760, the smaller one, and this is the SO4. It tends to be a little thicker the further it goes up. You could definitely see it more on the ceiling, I think. Let's see, let's zoom in. It is a brighter beam, but it's thicker than the narrower 760, which is the smaller one. I don't know if that really matters or not, but it's like probably a 64th of an inch. Nothing crazy. The biggest pet peeve I have with CIGMAN is right here. You see the gap right here in the laser? And that's because of that little notch right there. If they can make that skinnier somehow, I would love it, because what happens is, right now, you see where the laser is? If I move it a little bit, you see it changes where the gap is in the laser. Battery-wise, I've been running these for a good day or two now. Let's see. The bigger SO4 is down to 1 bar. But the little guy, the 760, is still full bars, and that one's over a year old. So you're definitely going to get more battery time out of the smaller CIGMAN than the larger CIGMAN. Yeah, you can see, you know what, this is a good example. Right here, you can see how it is more of a positive that the bigger SO4 does have a thicker line, and you can see how the 760 does thin out, but if I raise it a little bit, it does get lighter. So I think the only reason why that's happening is because this laser is closer to the ground compared to the SO4, where you have more space. All in all, they're a great laser. I totally recommend it. I would skip on the Bosches. I don't think they're worth it for $200 and like $130 for those two CIGMANs, either the small one or the big one. You get more than your money's worth for it. I mean, I've dropped the 760 plenty of times, and she's been true. I've checked level on both of them, as you'll see. Let me just do that right now so you can have a visual on it. All right, let's take a look at how consistent both of them are. I mean, you can see they are super consistent going up. I mean, my Schluter's very level because I use the lasers, and going all the way up, you can see that They are very, very, very close on level going up. That's about 15 feet up there. Also, let's check one more thing. Let's check how far the laser reaches down my hallway, which is probably over 100 feet. As you can see, let's take a walk. And this is a long walk. I think it's almost 80 or 90 feet from one side to the other. And you can see, it's pretty, the green laser is pretty bright on this wall. And you know what's so interesting? The lines also look very equal. I guess it's just, that's an interesting observation there. And you can see the 3 lights, 1, 2, 3. And they all look very consistent, very far away. Look how far away that is. Very far. My first official YouTube studio recap. Just get ready. This studio is going to be amazing. Well, that's about it for reviewing the CIGMAN lasers, the SO4, and then the last year's model, which is the 760. CIGMAN sent this one on them. I guess they saw this laser in some of my videos, and they just wanted to send me one. Personally, I don't know if I would actually buy it. If you want something that's way heavier and it's a little bit bulkier, because what happens is you put on a tripod, it's kind of hard. The weight is kind of like moving it a little bit. This one, the 760, is nice and light. Now, this is last year's model. If you look online, I think the new model, I think it's the SO1, it's like 130, 140 bucks, and this one's like around 200. I think having both lasers is probably a good idea, but if you had to buy one, I think I would go with the SO1. I think if you're doing like a lot more crazier work, I think I would go with the SO4. But as a finish guy, I don't think I need this type of a laser. So if you don't have a laser like one of these, I would definitely recommend buying one. And I think I like the CIGMAN the best out of all of them, because I have like a box of lasers sitting right over there in my basement. And this SO1 or the 760 is the one I whip out the most. So that's it for the CIGMAN laser videos. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. Thank you, CIGMAN, for sending me this laser. I appreciate it. I actually let my buddy borrow it and he liked it. If you like all these videos, please subscribe. Also, the YouTube room is going to get nicer, and these videos and the quality are going to get a lot better. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.